So I'm just up here with the dogs. We've got a toy. Des, don't take us so serious. And yeah, we got Aria and Nala with the toy. Judith plays too, and Pod. But yeah, Judith has been playing loads this morning with the puppies, which is really sweet. We spoke to a lovely person yesterday who's been added to our waiting list, and she said we should show ourselves more on camera, because I very rarely go on camera because I very rarely have someone to film, unless we're like at a show or got Sarah in and she's doing the filming because I'm doing something with the dogs. So yeah, you only ever really see me if I got Sarah in with me, which isn't often actually. Get her, Jude. Such a nice, easy mover. What you got, Aria? Oh, did you get the toy? Oh, good girl. Did you get the toy? Good girl. Just... Oh, what's that? What's that? You missed and got my hand. Get it, Pod. Podwick. Oh, you good boy. You good boy. Let's go in the field, is it? I've only got trainers on. Nala's got a big booty. Nala's got a big booty. She's actually starting to get a bit of a waist again, and she's muscling up. Still got a little bit of weight to lose. Should be getting raw food order today for Aria. So Aria's on a mix of raw and kibble. Everybody else is on kibble or like normal wet food. This way! Lil, Aria, Pod. Good guys. Good girl, Aria. Good boy, Pod. Come on. See how Aria bumped into Nala then? So now Nala's tailing her off. And see how Aria's gone still and submissive. So Nala's just standing there to make sure she really is submissive. Nala, that was a bit rude. She was being submissive. Come on, let's go. Gently, Nala. Here we go. Come on. See, Aria, she's little. She doesn't eat loads or anything, so she gets raw because she eats raw better than most other things. So yeah. And just for those people who ask, is it ever sunny here? Well, it's not quite sunny, but we have got some blue skies, which doesn't happen often. Oh, Pod, whatever you're eating, stop. Come on, don't eat that. Come on, let's go, quick. So you got Aria and Judith over there. Aria's much more like one of the big dogs. And then there's a bit of water on the right. And Pod, every time he comes in this field, goes in. There you go, see? Gotta go in. Gotta go in the water. He makes me laugh. He's just his own little world, Pod is. He quite likes a bit of water. Well, they've had crazy time when I was busy, and now I'm filming. They're all quite chilled. And I keep meaning to film them in the house a bit more so you can see what they like in the house. But it's like a really boring video because they tend to just sleep. Yeah, I listened to an interesting podcast last night, and he was talking about ethology, I think that's how you say it, which is like behaviour patterns in domesticated animals. It's the main thing they're looking at. And she was saying, like, the way we keep dogs has massively changed, and that people should be breeding the dogs to be pets, not for their original purpose. Because, you know, when you think of it, these were Dalmatians, for example, endurance dogs. They were bred to trot like 25 miles a day or more behind a carriage. So they're bred to have almost an unlimited supply of energy. Well, how many people can do 25 miles at a trot with a horse, you know? And the dog's coming with you. So you should be breeding them to be... This is just what this woman was saying. You know, you should be breeding them more to be suitable as pets, not necessarily the original purpose. You know, and you go into... I don't know, trying to think of a breed off the top of my head that I know of their purpose, which my mind has gone blank. But a lot of the gun dogs then. How many people actually work their dogs? I know there are people that still work their dogs. I know there are still people who use these dogs as carriage dogs. But the majority need to live as pets. They need to be used to and cope with and deal with far less exercise. And, you know, in the times when dogs used to roam, they used to have a lot more time outside, a lot more time doing things. When we as humans actually used to walk more places, cycle more places, the dogs would come with us and get a lot more exercise. So, yeah, I found it quite an interesting thought and discussion. And then I thought to my own dogs. I thought, well, all of mine are quite easy. You know, I find them easy dogs to live with. They're easy and they're quiet in the house. They sleep. And, you know, if I need to leave them, they get left. You know. So, yeah, I was just thinking then, you know, does that mean that my dogs... It's hard because my dogs definitely 100% could and would be endurance dogs, you know, trotting behind horses and carriage dogs. You know, when I was riding, Dudley and Nala would come up the forestry for 2 or 3 hours with the horse, and we'd cover a lot of ground, which is great, fine, whatever. Oh shoot, sorry, my hands got cold, so I'm trying to swap hands. So I know they could do that purpose, but then they're quiet in the house. But then when you think of it, look at the amount of space my dogs have to roam in. And, you know, when I'm outside sorting out horses and ducks and all the rest of it, they're out. People come here with other dogs for them to run around with, and there's loads of space for them to run around. So they get plenty of opportunity to burn energy. But then you think of like Lily and Disney. Disney runs around more than Lily. But Lily, like, I find her really lazy. Come on guys, this way. Compared to the other dogs. But then that probably makes her an easier pet. Lily doesn't need all this space to run around, and she doesn't need all this exercise that she gets to be happy. Whereas dogs like Jude definitely are higher energy. The puppies, because they're puppies, they'd want the exercise no matter what. But in the house they are quiet, so maybe I'll just stop this video here, and then I'll do the conclusion in the house, where you see what they're like when I get in the house and how they generally are in the house. I mean, like, if you follow us on Facebook and Instagram, you'll have all seen pictures of them crashed, you know, fast asleep on the sofa, sleeping or sitting by the fire, cuddled up, like even Nala in bed,
that is kind of what they like. But anyway, it's just an interesting discussion that, in that lady's opinion, we should be breeding dogs to fit more into modern day life rather than their original purpose. If you want to listen to that podcast, it's the Functional Breeding Collaborative. So yeah, I'll conclude this video in the house, just for you to see that they can be normal, quiet house dogs too. So yeah, she was going for pod then, and then Nala just went, actually no you don't. But see how she's been all submissive. So Nala's quiet with her. Come on then, let's go. Nala, come on. So yeah, I'll see you in the house. So yeah, just come in. Got Jude and Diz on the sofa. Got Pod in the heated bed. Got a new cat tree. So there's Alice in there, and there's Bella up there. And then we got Dad, so he's not laying down just yet. And then we got those three there. So yeah, you know, this is kind of what they'll be like now. If I get the fire going properly, we'll probably have one or two more here. They keep bringing their toys over this way. I'll put them in that little basket thing for their toys. But yeah, this is kind of what they like. So it was an interesting discussion, interesting podcast. Probably worth listening to it in full, because yeah, some interesting points. It's an interesting discussion. I'm not sure where I'm sitting with it, to be honest, quite yet. But yeah, I'll see you all soon. So bye.